Warning, the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 35 of the See It Podcast, your number one stop for all things news and television, films, facts, and opinions. I am one of your hosts, Andrew Ormsby, joined as always by the lovely, heartwarming Shelby Ammerman, and back from the great land of Da Bears, Austin Fairbairn, and the king of the doldrums, Brian Vaughn.
Love that title.
Yep, it's sticking forever. That is your official title from now on. I hope you approve.
I do.
Excellent. We're going to start this podcast off with what we always do. We have 4 Did You See That opinions to do this week. We're all going to go around and talk about the movies. We're going to start off with Shelby, who saw The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Shelby, take it away.
I loved it. It definitely made my top 10. As a matter of fact, it's number 1.
It's number 1 for 2014?
Yes.
You're not supposed to give that away yet.
Well, we're going to do a full top 10 in a couple weeks.
That's pretty high praise, though.
That's high praise. Nice Nick Cage reference.
Apparently Andrew doesn't feel the same.
I hated it.
But I really did love that. I don't want to ruin anything by talking about it, but it's really great, and the ending is
Were there hobbits
perfect.
and were there 5 armies?
Yes,
There
there
were?
were 5 armies, but 2 of the armies were dwarves.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I wouldn't say 5 armies. I'd say 4 armies and a band of
four
people.
and a quarter.
Yeah, 4 and a quarter. Like I hate the strong word. I was not impressed.
When me and Andrew were talking earlier, he referenced this as having a Jar Jar Binks-like character.
There is a character in the Middle-earth saga, I feel now, that is Jar Jar Binks-esque. But this is Shelby's review, so we're going to let her talk about it. So,
Well, I loved it, and
So-
I think everybody should see it, especially
definitely
if you're a fan.
see it then?
Yes, the only thing I was disappointed with was the first 20 minutes of it, because I expected the Battle of Smaug to be longer.
nope.
I feel like no matter how disappointing a person might think this film is, it's still got to be a see it. Simply
Yes.
because you've invested so much time into this
Yeah, you
franchise that you've got to see it. It could be the shittiest movie ever. I'm still going to watch it.
Well, it's kind of like whenever the reboot of Indiana Jones happened.
I was actually just about to say this movie is not Kingdom of the Crystal
Right.
Skulls, but it's not like... It's definitely, I would say personally, the weakest out of the entire saga of like
Yeah.
Middle-earth, like Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah, and the first Hobbit, I just thought was merely okay.
Yeah.
You know,
You guys are lame.
there's that dinner scene that goes on for like 48 minutes. And it's like, oh, let's have. No, I want food. Let's do slapstick comedy.
That was funny.
but the song at the end of it was great.
Oh, the blunt the knives and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Who's your favorite character in this Hobbit trilogy, Shelby?
I have to say Bilbo, but only because I love Martin Freeman, and I love him as Bilbo. That's just perfect.
I will say, I thought he was the best part of the whole movie.
Yes,
So,
he really was.
Martin
And
Freeman's awesome.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Benedict Cumberbatch was Smaug, so they're...
He's Smaug and Sauron, but he's only like
No
he's the
way.
voice of Sauron for like, and he's only in it for like a split second. And that's not a spoiler.
I didn't know that.
That's not a spoiler. So,
I didn't know that
like,
that
you remember in the Desolation of
him.
Smaug, you saw him. At
Yeah,
the very,
yeah.
yeah. That's Benedict Cumberbatch voice.
How was Benedict Cumberbatch not the highest paid actor? And I mean, he's literally. Has anyone seen a movie or TV show or anything in the past year that Benedict Cumberbatch was not in?
Well, quite a few things, actually, but...
that he was not in or
No.
not good in?
No, just not in. Like, the other day, I was just flipping channels and there was like a Seinfeld rerun on and he was in it.
Jeez.
I don't even know how.
I really like his
He
character.
bends space and time.
I really like his character in Sons of Anarchy too. It's pretty great.
Oh my god, I was sitting here, I was like, who does he play in Sons of Anarchy?
No.
I haven't seen that whole show.
No, and he was downright revelatory as Walter White, for instance.
You know what? Actually, I was watching an old episodes of Sons of Anarchy the other day, and Stephen King was in it. I was like,
Really?
yeah, he was a cleaner. Like, not like a janitor, but like, you know, like if there was a crime scene, he would go in and clean it.
Like Winston the Wolf or
Yeah.
Mike in Breaking
Was
Bad.
he the cleaner for when Tig's daughter?
No, not when Tig's daughter. It dealt with Tig's and what's the mom's name in that? It's
Gemma?
Gemma, yeah. When Tiggs and Gemma went to go visit somebody, and they had to kill a maid because she knew too much.
Oh, that's
I hate
Stephen
when that
King.
That's Stephen King.
know.
I had no
Every
clue.
now and then.
He's creepy.
Yeah, he was really
He's a
creepy in that.
creepy
She's like, he just walked in and he cleaned up, and they're like, "Hey, we don't have any money to pay you." So he just looks around, he sees a painting on the wall, he just grabs it and he just walks out the door. I'm like,
He's so
Stephen
great.
King is a badass.
I really like
could not be
Marilyn
anything
Manson in it.
but creepy.
I love his character.
Dark Tower series, best book series of all time. All right, Austin, take us away on your Did You See That opinion. You said The Hobbit is a see it.
Yes, it's a see it. And like Austin said, it's a see it even if you...
Yeah, there's no way I won't watch
Won't
it.
see it, yeah.
Okay.
There's
Even if
no
it's
way
bad.
I wouldn't.
Excellent. Well, Austin, take it away on your Did You See That opinion on Whiplash, which I really want to see. So
I do too.
I want high praise.
I talked about this like probably early in the year, like the last few podcasts I was on, about how I was really excited for this film.
Yeah.
And it absolutely lived up to the hype I gave it.
Good.
Which is really rare for movies for me. I
Yeah.
usually hype them up and like, God, that fucking sucked.
Because you build it up in your head.
Exactly. This one did not. You asked me where I saw it. I looked it up and figured out where it was. It's the Landmark Theater in Chicago.
Well, it's only like 10 hours from here. So
Yeah, just go see it. It's fine.
Is it anywhere around here?
Not anywhere here.
No,
No.
I don't think.
Not
it is.
even at the Moxie.
If anyone had to be the Moxie.
Yeah.
This is actually technically an adaptation from a short film that the director who did the short film actually directed this as well.
Oh, cool.
It was a short film at Sundance the first time around, and then it got picked up and made into a feature film.
Was it the same cast, or was it just like a low bill cast the first time?
I believe J.K. Simmons was in it both times.
Oh, cool.
But Miles Teller was not. So it's J.K. Simmons, Miles Teller. It's all about a jazz drummer, young kid who goes to this jazz school led by J.K. Simmons. And it sounds like a really simple plot, but it's all about, it's really an actor's movie. It's
that's-
all about the performances.
I had read that kind of it almost, because the tension is built so well, it almost plays like some sort of thriller despite the...
No, it's exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a psychological thriller almost, because it's all about inside their minds, and it's this great building tension to like a wonderful climax that I won't speak about because I want to ruin it.
Whiplash is now on at the Moxie.
Look at that.
Are you kidding?
I kid you not.
When?
4 o'clock, 6:30, and 9 o'clock.
Oh, tonight?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
by the time you hear
I'm
this,
just
is already
saying,
gone.
those are the
But
times on there. It's
I
currently
might
airing
go
at the
see it.
Moxie.
I really might go see it.
it really, it's a wonderful film. We're going to talk about this later, but J.K. Simmons nominated for a Golden Globe for it.
Yes.
Miles Teller, honestly, if it had been a little bit weaker year for movies, I think he maybe got a nom.
Yeah.
But J.K. Simmons steals the show. He's a great actor.
So is it for you? Are you going to? First off, you won't be here, I don't think, when we do the top 10.
No, I
But
will not.
are you going to submit a list for us to?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I'll send one in. It's
And
definitely.
would this place in that?
Oh, absolutely. It's
realm?
definitely on that list for sure.
Excellent. Excellent.
So this is
So
definitely
you'd
a
say
see
skip it.
Yeah. Don't even watch. No, definitely see it.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, fantastic. Now, Brian, you saw a movie called Coherence?
I did.
Okay.
I did. And the only reason I stumbled onto it, it's kind of like an indie sci-fi suspense kind of movie. And I was reading the Onion AV Club top whatever movies and was downloading ones that I could.
You
Legally,
horrible person, you. Oh, okay.
above board.
Sure.
Yeah. So, anyway, it's Coherence. It has no
You believe him, right?
actors
Oh, yeah.
anyone's heard of. But everyone actually does totally a good job in it. I mean, everyone's very solid in their role. And the basic idea is it's just a group of friends at a dinner party. And it's there's actually a pretty good building to get a sense of who the characters are and what their tendencies might be. And then kind of I would say like there's like an astrological strange occurrence with a comet that kind of knocks out the power and makes everyone start panicking about what's going on. And then a lot of things happen, and some of the big payoffs come way sooner than you would think and lead to other things. It's really, really inventive. Really fun to watch.
Was there like an M. Night Shyamalan type twist?
No.
Oh, good.
Shamadama.
Shamalama.
That's one of the things I really appreciated about it is it doesn't, and it could have, it doesn't save everything up and do nothing for an hour and a half and then reveal a twist. There's basically what you're dealing with is revealed about halfway through.
I do remember now that we actually did do a trailer talk discussion of this movie. While he was talking about it, I was looking it up on IMDb, and I just looked. Like, they're all sitting around a dinner table.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I remember this movie now from the trailer. And, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's very good. I would I would see it. In fact, I did.
You would
So,
see it again.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Real quick, I was just thinking about all the times that Brian has lied. And
Which is
In
like
this
30
podcast.
times during this exact podcast.
and I stumbled upon I don't care what you guys say, Nick Cage is totally a good actor.
Oh, yeah,
I was
he
watching
can be. He
Sorcerer's
can be
Apprentice
if he
the
puts
other
his
day.
mind to
Well, that's not necessarily the one I'd
And-
go to there.
I am the white ghost.
Well, it'd make you feel better. You want an eagle? I don't know. There's some scene where...
Is that a shark or something?
Yeah, what's in the bag? Is it a shark or something?
Well,
But what were you going to say? You say that
I-
Brian lies a lot.
I was watching the Sorcerer. It just made me think of Nicolas Cage, and I was like, you know what?
I
Fuck
love
you
it.
guys.
I love it when
love
things make
Sorcerer's
me think of
Apprentice.
Nicolas Cage.
I really hope there's someone out there, just some random dude in his basement, that's fact checking all of these podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh, they've done it again.
I want to know.
British.
I want that same guy.
Cumberbatch.
I want our mega basement fan. What are we going to name him? Carl.
Coral.
All right, Coral is now our mega fan. Whenever Coral gets a chance, I want him to go back and listen to all of our podcasts and count how many times we have referenced Nicolas Cage on a podcast.
It's a lot. I wish I knew how many times I referenced him on my baseball podcast. It's a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot.
it's actually a ton.
Why are
I've
you
listened-
referencing him?
He
for
comes
baseball?
up.
Yeah.
It's a part of natural conversation, you know?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
All right. So
Okay.
Coherence, you
Back
would
to
say
what we
is
were
a
saying.
see it.
Yes, and it also, as of now, will be in my top 10 unless something changes.
Excellent. So you're saying it's at the lower end and it might get bumped up
I
Might get an
actually
honorable
probably have
mention.
it somewhere in the middle.
in the middle. Okay.
As it stands, I haven't continued to formulate that more, but I have probably 10 more movies I'll see before I, like I need to see Inherent Vice. I'd like to go see Inherent Vice.
I would as well. That came out on Christmas Day, so just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So I want to see that too.
It looks
can't-
decent. It only has, like, okay ratings, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
That
kind of
doesn't
like
mean
it's like
anything.
The
Well-
Hobbit is for me. Like it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, so I'm going to see it.
Which is why I was going to say The Master only got just okay so reviews, but I thought it was an amazing movie.
See, because I wrote a full review of it actually, but
On The Master? Or?
on the Master, and I liked it okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was much better from a performance standpoint than I didn't love the movie
And
in
that's-
the way I did say There Will Be Blood or Boogie Nights or.
I think
even
if you
Magnolia.
look at all of PTA's movies, they're all incredibly performance-based movies.
Oh yeah.
From a storytelling standpoint, they all lack a little bit of something, but they definitely do make up for it in that particular
You
area.
could definitely say that with There Will Be Blood.
Exactly. That's
Yeah, it's Daniel Day-Lewis just
yeah.
tearing it up.
Yeah,
Unless
I
you-
think PTA just said, "You do your
go.
thing,
Do
just
whatever.
go."
Just be yourself.
Yeah,
I would argue the only ones that I actually had not thought of it that way, and I like that explanation of his career. Mm-hmm. But the only couple that I would say are different for me are Hard Eight. This first one, which is a lot more plot centered.
and it's been so long I can barely even remember what that movie
It's
was.
got Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And Boogie Nights, I thought, had a lot going on in terms of trying to just feel an era.
that's.
And it was an ensemble cast, more or less.
I honestly, whenever I watch Boogie Nights, I think of it as two movies. I think of it as Boogie
first
Nights the
half-
70s and then Boogie Nights the 80s.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is kind of what, and I absolutely love that, from where everybody's, doing coke and fucking each other, and then by the this is very eloquent, and then by the end, people are
the
getting
good old
killed.
days.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you like watch the movie, like in the 70s part of the, we're totally going
Yeah.
off topic here, but like in the 70s, people are dying of coke.
Yeah,
But like,
but nobody
nobody
cares.
cares.
Yeah.
They're like, there's that girl that ODs in the room, and the guy
Yeah.
that she's with, like, man, this is the second girl that's OD'd with me this week.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like happy go lucky, and like,
Oh my God.
you're like, oh man, like you're smiling and stuff. But like, as soon as the 80s hit, you feel physically sick in that
Now,
movie.
I don't remember this, but isn't one of the big turning point scenes for when things go wrong, almost symbolically too, Like when William H. Macy.
Oh, okay, that
Love
is
him.
as soon as that happens. I don't want you to spoil it, but as soon as that happens, that is when
That felt like the hinge.
Exactly, because that was actually the New Year's party
The
for
New Year's party
1980.
for 1980, yeah.
Yeah,
And as soon as that
midnight
happens,
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna
That's
get
a
back.
great movie. I'd forgotten about how great it was until we just talked about it for 48 minutes.
It is pretty good. So I'm gonna give my quick "Did you see that?" opinion on the movie Birdman. This is actually directed and written by Alejandro Inarritu. He gave us Babel, Beautiful, and 21 Grams. All three great movies.
Love 21 Grams.
Oh, yeah. This movie stars Michael Keaton, Zach Galifianakis, Edward Norton, Emma Stone, Naomi Watts, and Andrea Riseborough.
And Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Yes, and
Okay,
Benedict
nice.
Cumberbatch. He's actually in the audience watching it as the play is going on. The plot of this is a washed-up superhero actor, which is very fitting for Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And there are going to be so many more washed-up superhero actors in like 15 years.
Robert Downey Jr. is going to have
Because
one.
there are so many superheroes.
Will Robert Downey Jr. like fall off and then have it rising again
Yeah. And he actually is a credible actor, too. So
now?
Now,
yeah.
he
Well, he
did-
always has been very good.
Well,
Also,
he
Pickup
did like
Artist was great.
Yeah.
when he did what was the movie the Chaplin. He did Chaplin, and that
Yeah.
it was like, oh, this guy's amazing.
And Less Than Zero? Did you see Less Than Zero?
I have not seen Less Than Zero.
He's awesome in that.
But then he was kind of like under the wire. He would do movies like Enigma and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Which
Kiss
was
Kiss Bang Bang
really
is,
good.
is like one of the first ones I remember.
But like he didn't hit his stride. Like this guy's coming back until like Iron Man hit.
Yeah.
But,
well, Iron Man resurrected his career for sure.
Yeah.
And he was in Zodiac.
I think he was in so many good movies.
Oh, I said
They were
Enigma,
just
didn't I?
all-
I meant Zodiac.
Yeah, he was like the gay
He was the
the cop.
journalist.
detective.
Yeah.
guy. Was he the journalist?
Yeah, he was.
I
the
thought he was-
journalist.
Yeah, I think you're
No,
right.
it was crap. What's his fucking
Somebody's a journalist.
No, it was
a cop.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Was
Gyllenhaal was
the
the-
journalist.
Yeah, Gyllenhaal was the
Oh.
journalist, and
And I thought
And
that
Robert Downey Jr.
was
the cop.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
No,
And
I
Benedict
swear
Cumberbatch.
it's
And Benedict Cumberbatch's Zodiac.
It's all coming back. I like
Robert
that
Downey
movie,
Jr.
too.
was in a lot of really good movies. They were just all heartwarming love stories that you guys wouldn't pay attention to.
Probably.
Chances are,
You
Is
know
that- is
all
that the
those.
start
Chances
of
are
a
what?
sentence, or is that
that's
a
what
movie?
it's called.
Oh, it's the name of the movie,
It's a
yeah,
movie.
see?
It's a
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
called
no.
Chances Are.
But back to Birdman.
Feeling special.
The
Yeah,
plot of
that's
Birdman
great.
is a washed-up superhero actor decides to take on the biggest challenge of his career by directing, writing, and starring in his first Broadway play, and then things get out of hand. Things I do like about the movie, here's just a list. Michael Keaton, Edward Norton, and Emma Stone will probably win Oscars for best performances. Probably. There's a lot of great talent when it comes to performances this year.
one of the original things I heard about this film was Edward Norton was absolutely fucking fantastic. I wish he was in that film even more.
Yeah.
It's like the first thing I heard
Yeah.
about this.
Well, everybody knows, or a lot of people know this, they say that Edward Norton is an incredibly difficult actor to work
And doesn't
with.
he play one?
And he plays...
An incredibly difficult
And he
actor
plays
to work
in,
with.
exactly, and I think that even though I wouldn't call it typecasting, but I think that it just fits it perfectly. And everybody in this movie plays a mockery of themselves in real life,
kind
Michael
of like
Keaton.
Benedict Cumberbatch when he played Khan.
Exactly, yeah, because he's a washed-up alien. But Alejandro Inarritu, he really does outdo himself with this movie. He's a must-win
I
for
don't
directing.
think he could make anything boring. I just don't think it's possible.
Boring? No, he can't make anything
That's what
boring.
I'm saying. Like I think
But-
he'd always be interesting.
Exactly, yeah. The film does this amazing thing where it gives the viewer the entire film. It gives them the idea that it is all one shot.
Yeah.
Like the camera follows you around. It doesn't cut away. Like say, like the camera's focused on Shelby, and then it does a cut away to Brian. It's all one shot where the camera just turns and looks at people for 2.5 hours. You can tell, like in certain areas where they like go around a dark corner, where they would use that possibly as a cutaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like in like actual practice, there has to be cuts eventually.
Yeah.
Hitchcock did that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Long pans and the
I don't know if this is a reoccurring thing that you would find in like Latin directors, like Hispanic directors, because Gravity, all these
Yeah.
movies, they use incredibly long shots.
We were talking
which
about
can
this,
be so effective.
we were talking about this film earlier, Post Amber Lux.
You were telling me about this, yes.
He's a Mexican director. You found his name. I couldn't remember what it was.
Regoya.
Rigoya something, Rioto something.
Yeah.
something Hispanic.
Yeah.
Same way the film there's a lot of like extremely long shots that go on for 10 minutes, single shots. It's the same thing.
The other thing that I thought of, because there's that one notable scene, especially the guy that directed True Detective, the first season.
Oh, Nakata.
Fukunaga, I think.
Yeah,
he obviously Japanese, but
yeah.
Long takes. There were a lot of long takes, but especially that like 6 minute long. It's like the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, like we said, Alejandro Inarritu, Alfonso Cuarón, these guys, they love their long shots.
American directors just like, here's a character, here's another character, here's another character.
Michael Bay, boom, boom, boom.
One I'll say, though, one of my favorite directors ever, David Fincher. I've mentioned this 100 times.
Well, he's ridiculous.
He loves those really long, like swooping pan shots,
and everything looks like it's just saturated in dirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So basically what I'll say about Birdman, the film is not only a see it, but it is also my number one movie of 2014, and it is so good, it has made possibly, I don't know if I'm just coming off of viewers' highs still, but it might possibly make it into my top 20 movies of all time.
Wow.
High praise.
Very high praise.
So we're all offering see-its today.
Yeah.
Those are 4 really good movies.
And they're all very different.
I said
as
that
well.
last time I was on, but I really need to see a terrible movie so I can talk about it.
You can go see The Hobbit.
Shut it.
Shots fired.
Oh, man.
All right.
No, go see The Hobbit.
You say that because you're all the way across the room and you can.
Exactly. Okay, going back to The Hobbit, I will say this. It is either a movie you're going to love or it's a movie that you're going to be disappointed about. Because it was a very mixed audience whenever I went to go. I saw it opening night in IMAX 3D. And there were people next to me saying, this is so fucking awesome. And then there were people like behind me, they're like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
See, and
Zach had a very
was he
neutral opinion.
Very was meh. He was very meh.
I have heard every kind of reaction from everybody, like, big fan of Tolkien stuff or not.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I'm just saying, if Zach didn't come in his pants while he was watching this, and you just said meh, then it means it might not be that
Well,
great.
he's more into X-Men now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Days of Future
When
Past
did I
made
miss
his number one.
No, yeah.
Okay, that's a fucking great movie. That's in my top 5 this year, easy.
No, he said top movie of all time.
All time?
Top number. He said it's the number one movie of all time.
Get the fuck out.
I haven't seen it yet, but that seems
It's great.
very hyperbolic.
It's great,
It's
but
not even in my
that.
top 50
It's
of
not
all
that.
time. Not even in my top 50 of all time.
Are there any Nicolas Cage movies in your top 50 of all time?
Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely not. I can already tell you right now, without even thinking about it, there's not.
Can my nickname change to the Derailer?
Yeah.
I can tell you my favorite Nick Cage movie of all time, and that's The Rock.
Oh, man.
That was a good
I
one.
like Moonstruck.
I even like
a lot.
it more than Raising Arizona.
I like Raising Arizona, though.
What was the movie?
I saw Joe.
What
It was
was
really good.
the messed up movie with Nick Cage where he has the curly like Harpo hair, and he's like a writer writing about himself?
Oh,
Adaptation.
Adaptation, yeah.
That was a good movie.
I have not seen that
Who
movie.
did that? Who did that movie?
It was the guy.
Yeah, it's the same dude.
Charlie Kaufman.
Charlie Kaufman, yeah.
Yeah,
Peggy Sue Got Married is a really good movie.
we're just gonna name
Nicolas
this.
Cage.
It was Nicolas
So
Cage
is
playing Charlie
Moonstruck.
Kaufman.
See it
directed by
podcast.
Charlie Kaufman.
The
Seen by Charlie
Weatherman,
Kaufman.
the Weatherman was kind of funny.
I didn't like Weatherman.
I
That was
still-
Don Cheadle in that, wasn't it?
I think Don Cheadle's in that.
I still stick by Gone in 60 Seconds. It wasn't that bad.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Kick-Ass.
Okay, he was really good in
Yeah.
Kick-Ass. But now we're gonna get off Nick Cage. We've all given
Bangkok
our.
Dangerous.
Oh my
Fuck
god,
you. No,
Kick-Ass.
get,
Bad
get out of here.
Lieutenant.
Get
All
out
right.
of here. Bad
Oh.
Lieutenant.
Where's
Mendez?
all these fucking iguanas on my coffee table?
Shoot him again. Why? Because his soul is still dancing. All right, so now we're going to move on to the news segment of the podcast. The big news item, I know we've been away for a couple weeks now, but we're going to pick it
It's
up
the
here.
holidays. Give us a break.
Exactly. And we're recording this 2 days after Christmas, so that if that doesn't show dedication, then I don't know. Austin, since you're back, I want to know if you would not mind reading off the nominations for Golden Globes. We're not going to tell who we think should win, who we want to win. That's going to be an entire podcast in
definitely.
itself. So you got the list. Just go ahead and
Yeah, let's
read
go
off.
real fast. So we have the best motion picture drama. We have Boyhood, Foxcatcher, The Imitation Game, Selma, and The Theory of Everything. Do you want to speak on any of these, or just want to go through them all?
I'm hearing mixed things on Selma. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really surprised it was nominated for this category, to be completely honest. I could maybe see, and it's not, I don't think it's even listed, but maybe a Best Actor for the guy that portrayed Martin Luther King.
Oeo, I don't know how to say his last name.
I could see something like that, but I'm really surprised that Selma popped up in Best Motion Picture for
What
drama.
else has he been in? I've seen him in a lot, I think.
It's been a long time since I've seen him in something. And
He was
it's
in,
always like little minor things.
He's usually pretty good, though. I saw him in a movie I did not particularly like with Forrest Whitaker.
I keep seeing
Butler.
movies with Forrest Whitaker that he just keeps getting younger and younger, and I didn't even know
Battlefield
that
Earth.
he looked that certain.
Oh, man.
All right, so now we have Best Actress in a
Asking
Motion Picture
Scotland.
Drama. Julianne Moore in Still Alice, which I feel like is really the black horse in this. Like, is not going to stand a chance in this race, to be completely honest.
What is Still Alice?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what about...
Followed by Rosamund Pike from Gone Girl. Great movie.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon in Wild, a lot of hype. Felicity
Mm-hmm.
Jones, The Theory of Everything, also a lot of hype. And Jennifer Aniston in Cake, which is getting a lot of love as well.
Exactly.
not even a movie, it's
I
just
think
in
Julianne
Cake.
Moore is...
Just
she's
Jennifer
great,
Aniston
but
dancing in Cake. Okay, cool.
I think out of all of this, I think Julianne Moore is the one that's most out of her league.
Oh,
Not out of her
absolutely.
league, but I think she stands the least chance of getting.
I mean, part because the film she's in, and then just listen to those other names.
I will tell you right now that Reese Witherspoon will win.
Really?
I mean, she will.
From what I've heard, it's between Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston are like
Yeah.
the two top runners
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah,
I don't
I'd
think
say
that Felicity
Jennifer
Jones,
Aniston.
she was good, but there was nothing extraordinary about her performance. It was all Eddie Redmayne in that movie.
Rosamund Pike was great in Gone Girl.
Yeah.
I feel like Gone Girl was just a better film in general.
Yeah.
It wasn't an individual performance that really set it apart.
And it didn't even get a Best Picture nom.
Exactly.
Yeah, which I loved that movie.
I think it
So
should be in there over Selma. And I haven't seen Selma, but just from what people have said.
Yeah.
Speaking of Selma, that guy's in Interstellar that you guys were talking about.
Oh, really?
Yes, he
School
is.
principal.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
He's in it for like 2 seconds.
Our best actor in a motion picture drama: Eddie Redmayne, The Theory of Everything; Steve Carell, Foxcatcher; Benedict Cumberbatch, The Imitation Game.
Ta-da.
How did you say his last name?
Oyelowo?
David Oluwalo.
Yeah.
Selma.
I just guessed on how to say it, so don't actually take my word
And Jake
for it.
Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler.
God, I don't even know. I think...
Jake Gyllenhaal was just great.
All right, we
He
said
was-
we weren't going to do this, guys.
I know we said it.
We'll keep it kind of short.
Keep it light,
keep it
keep
kind
it
of
light.
short.
You guys aren't
Eddie
gonna keep it
Redmayne.
short.
Eddie Redmayne, I would put my money on him. Mainly because I haven't seen a performance like that outside of Daniel Day-Lewis. As far as when it comes to preparation and commitment.
to a yeah.
Yeah, but Benedict Cumberbatch is in everything.
He is.
It gives him better odds.
Yeah.
Our best motion picture, musical or comedy, we have Into the Woods, Birdman, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and St. Vincent, and then Pride.
We all know that's who's going to win that one. Birdman.
I haven't
if it's
seen
for
I
a
haven't seen
comedy,
it yet.
either,
St.
but the Grand
Vincent
Budapest
might.
Hotel's great.
Grand
Grand
Budapest
Budapest Hotel
Hotel
is
was...
great.
It's the second
You
best
told
on
me
this
this
list.
before I saw it, but it is my favorite. Yeah, that's what I was about to
Wes
say.
Anderson.
Wes Anderson is my favorite Wes Anderson.
Too many Andersons.
Yeah.
All right. So, best actress in a motion picture, musical or comedy, we have Julianne Moore,
That slut.
Maps to the Stars, Amy Adams, Big Eyes, Emily Blunt, Into the Woods, Helen Mirren, The 100-Foot Journey, and fuck me, what does that say?
Kuvahanzi Wallace. She's the girl who's Annie.
The little
She's
Annie
in,
girl,
Yeah,
Beasts
little
of the
Annie girl.
Southern
It's a
Wild.
crazy name for a little girl.
right?
For anybody, really.
Kuvahani, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I would go Helen Mirren in that one. Because the 100-Foot
none.
Journey
I
does
have
look
seen
like...
absolutely zero of these films.
I haven't seen any of them.
Maybe Amy Adams,
Maybe.
Big Eyes.
Yeah,
seems like
that does seem
something.
pretty. Emily Blunt looks pretty decent Into the Woods as well. So,
Yeah, it's possible.
all right, best actor in a motion picture, musical or comedy: Michael Keaton, Birdman; Bill Murray, St. Vincent; good old Ray Fiennes, The Grand Budapest Hotel; Christopher Waltz, Big Eyes; and Joaquin Phoenix, Inherent Vice.
God, that is just a titan
That
list.
is
That's
a
a real
stocked
good-
list right
yeah.
there.
I've only seen 3 of those movies, so I'm going to go Michael Keaton.
I'm not comfortable making a judgment on this yet.
I mean, just looking at this list, I'd say Michael Keaton, Bill Murray, or Ray Fiennes are probably the leaders in this.
But
Joaquin
then
Phoenix.
you have two guys with huge pedigrees at the end. There.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Waltz and
Well, Ray
Phoenix.
Fiennes does too, but I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think he'll win it.
I
He was
would
great.
This was another one of those
He
movies.
was really good.
It's another
Just judging by trailers, I'd probably say Michael Keaton, Bill Murray, or Joaquin Phoenix because Inherent Vice look
Yeah, insane.
crazy.
Yeah, no, I do really want to see that. It looks very good.
And like we said earlier, PTA movies are very, very performance driven.
Yeah.
So
All right, best animated feature
This
film.
is where Shelby might as well just talk about all of them.
The Lego Movie, How to Train Your
Actually, I've
Dragon
only seen
2,
one.
Big Hero 6, The Book of Life, and The Box Trolls.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
I've seen 3 of these movies. I've seen Lego Movie, How to Train Your Dragon 2, and Big Hero 6.
I've seen the Lego Movie and I enjoyed it.
The Lego Movie has to win.
Most disappointing
I'm-
film I've seen this year.
And
No.
I refuse to watch it.
You refuse
Just-
to.
Yeah, it's just not.
Thank
It's
you.
I'm not interested
so
in
Right here.
freaking good.
But
I
How to
love-
Train Your Dragon, really? The second one pulls on your heartstrings.
I don't think it'll win just because it's a
Hard.
sequel.
Um,
Have any of you seen Book of Life yet?
No.
I have not seen it.
To me, it looks really freaking awesome.
I think the Lego Movie
For
should
an
be
animated
solely
film.
based
Looks
Very.
on...
I like the whole Day of the Dead feel to it.
Yeah,
you know?
and just the animation style looks really cool.
I think Guillermo del Toro.
Del Toro, yeah.
He didn't direct it, but he produced it, and he said that the guy who directed it, he's a unknown guy, but he said he's incredibly promising and to expect great things from him in the future. So that's really why I want to see it. Box Trolls honestly didn't do that much for me as
got
far
Ben
as like
Kingsley.
one. Really,
It does.
it didn't look like it. I
Yeah, it
didn't
didn't
want
do
to
a
see
whole lot
it.
for me either.
All right. So next one.
Fuck. Okay, here we go. Best foreign language films: Leviathan, Tangerines, Get: The Trial of Vivian Amsalem, and is that Ida Force Majeure?
Ida and then Force Majeure.
Force Majeure. I haven't seen any of these.
The
so.
only one that I've heard about is Leviathan. It's a Russian film, and everybody says it's getting high praise. I haven't heard anything
Force
about.
Majeure, I've read about also getting
Really?
really well. It's really well reviewed. Can't even get a basic sentence out right now. It's all Benedict Cumberbatch and Nick
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
It's all
Two
this
very
winter
good-
grind
Nicholas
that
Coppola.
Austin was very generous to give
Oh, it's
us.
so good.
First thing I did when I got back into Missouri is
Feel
like,
so
I need
left
some
out.
mothers.
Old Mother's Brewery.
Don't have it up there. It's really kind of disappointing.
You know, I was in when I was in St. Louis recently and Kansas City recently, they have mothers there now.
Really? In
Yeah.
KC?
It's moving north. I
Just
love
like
it.
in their IVs.
That's a little farther away from Chicago than.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel so young.
You're turning 21 fairly soon in April, right? Is that what we
Yes,
said?
April 3rd.
There we go.
Hey, May 3rd
Shit
right
needs
here.
to go down for that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not.
Check it.
All right.
All right, so we have the best supporting actress in a motion picture. We have Jessica Chastain, A Most Violent Year, Keira Knightley, The Imitation Game, Patricia Arquette, Boyhood, Meryl Streep, Into the Woods, and Emma Stone in
This is
Birdman.
pretty loaded too.
It really
Yeah.
is. I mean, Meryl Streep always has a shot.
I'm
Meryl
I'm
Streep.
sick and tired of
I
her
know I am
getting
too, but she
nominated.
always has a shot.
Yeah.
It's Meryl fucking
I'm
Streep.
fine with it when she's in a like really should win, which is that happens.
Yeah.
But this is she's in like popcorn movies just with a half-assed role
Yeah.
and gets nominated now.
Yeah.
Anybody that's in Boyhood, I feel like is going to have a shot.
I was going to say I would put my money on either Patricia Arquette or Emma Stone.
What is
Yeah, I
the
can
most
see that.
violent year? What is that?
It's this movie. It depicts the most violent year, obviously, in New York City about this very successful businessman who the police believe to be a member of the mafia.
Did
and
we watch that trailer?
We did. And
Okay.
Jessica Chastain plays his
Yeah,
wife.
okay,
It's
I remember
Oscar
that
Isaac.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I like
Yeah,
Oscar
I
Isaac.
would-
God, I
would
love
see that.
him.
So speaking of Emma Stone, just real fast, a little tangent
her
here. I was on the plane for a little Christmas vacation that we took.
Any snakes on there?
No, there were no snakes. I wish though, because I had to watch Woody Allen's Magic in the Moonlight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Colin Firth and Emma Stone. It wasn't horrible, but
I love Colin Firth and I love him.
I'll say it right now. I don't
It
like
was-
Woody Allen movies.
either do
I'm
I. It was just
okay.
it was just weird, and I don't know. Don't go see it. There, don't see Magic in the Moonlight.
There we
Skip
go.
it. Skip it.
Skip it.
Actually, he might want to see it because Brian was wanting to watch Terrible Movie.
There you go. Do
What
it.
was that I? Oh yes,
I
just
forgot.
any terrible movie. No, it needs to be something that I'm actually excited about, and I see it, and it's bad.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And then
Go
I feel
see it.
I feel so just hurt inside.
All right.
Like if I go see Inherent Vice and it sucks.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, we got Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. We have Ethan Hawke in Boyhood, Robert Duvall, The Judge, Edward Norton Birdman, J.K. Simmons Whiplash, yes, and Mark Ruffalo in Foxcatcher.
That's another really good group.
That may be more stacked. That is more stacked, in my opinion, than the best actor in a motion picture, the supporting actor.
There's a lot of Ethan Hawke hype for.
He was pretty good.
Boyhood.
He was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I think the only one I haven't seen The Judge, but I don't think out of all the
I think it's supposed to be heartwarming. In all seriousness,
I think
In all
Shelby, you
seriousness.
wanted to see it, didn't you? The Judge with Robert
It's
Duvall and Robert Downey Jr.
right?
Yes.
And
Where
Vincent
Robert Downey Jr. is
D'Onofrio.
Robert Duvall's son, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I think Billy Bob Thornton's in it as well.
What was that movie where Matthew Lillard was in it, and he was the son of Patrick Stewart?
What?
Or we thought that he was the son of Patrick Stewart, or maybe the woman was, but Patrick Stewart. What was the movie that we, or not movie, but the trailer that we watched for?
The only Matthew Lillard trailer I remember us watching is Whiplash. Or no, I'm thinking Miles Teller.
It was like
Matthew Lillard.
was-
Matthew Lillard and Patrick Stewart, where Patrick Stewart's the older man.
I know what you're talking about now. Match, I think is what it's called.
Match. I
Where
really
Patrick
wanna see
Stewart's
that.
the ballet instructor.
Yes.
and he's in a wheelchair though. And
No, he's not.
okay, he's not. I'm thrown off. Who is Benedict Cumberbatch play?
He plays the stepson
Okay.
of Patrick Stewart.
Okay, yeah, anyway.
But that's not true.
Wait, have
Just
you-
so all the
Have you seen Foxcatcher
listeners-
yet?
I can't find it, dude. It's
Really?
not in any theaters anywhere around
I
here.
do really want to see it.
It
though.
is coming to the Moxie, which is the theater here in Springfield, in mid-January.
I knew you were really excited about
This
it.
is
Which
a lame ass town. I'll just go.
It
on
really
record
is. We need to go to
right
like
now.
Kansas City or St. Louis.
somewhere that just where you can do or see anything.
Yeah,
My aunts live in Kansas City.
I mean, I live in Chicago. You guys come see me.
yeah. I guess I could get some pizza while I'm up there.
That's right.
Get some Giordano's or Lou
Oh
Malnati's.
God,
All right.
Giordano's is so good.
It is.
Okay, I gotta tell a real fast story.
Go.
First time I had Giordano's. I've had it twice now. First time, I was on a train riding into the city to go to class, and there's like this group of like 40-year-old women. They were going to the city for the first time. They're like, "Oh, we're going to Giordano's get pizza, or whatever." I was like, and they didn't know how to get tickets on the train, so I was telling them how to do it and
Oh,
everything.
the Metro.
Yeah, on the Metro from the suburbs into the city.
Yeah.
So I was telling them how to buy tickets on the train and stop them from spending extra money, all this different stuff. Like, oh, it's so nice or whatever. And we got to talking. Went to my class. It's like a 4-hour class. I walk back to the station, get on the train. They're on the same fucking train again. Same car and everything. Right behind me, all drunk. Like, yeah, we had a great time in Chicago. It was awesome. They have like bags of pizza they had left over. They've been carrying it around for like 2 hours. But it was like 30 degrees in Chicago
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's fucking Chicago.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're not going to eat this. Do you want it?
Are you kidding?
I was like, they're probably full of like AIDS needles or something,
Yeah,
But
you took them right.
But yeah, well, I absolutely took them.
Yeah.
I was like, I met all these ladies like going into this, so I knew they weren't like really fucking weird people. So I took their pizza, ate it when I got home. Fucking delicious. And that was like 3-hour-old pizza.
It's
So
so good.
God. I remember every single time I go to Chicago, there's this hotel I have to stay at. It's
Best Western.
no, it's called the Hyatt
the
Lodge.
La Quinta.
I did not know this the first time I went up there, but Chicago, or a suburb called Oak Brook, is actually the McDonald's headquarters of the world.
I did not know that either.
And they have this hotel there called the Hyatt Lodge. And I went on Hotels.com and they had this ridiculous deal where you get a hotel room for like $100. Holy shit, it's the nicest place I've ever been in my life. No joke.
Did you meet Grimace?
Did not meet Grimace.
Hamburglar.
Yeah, he was around, and so
All right.
was Ronald.
God,
We got to really get through
I'll
this
tell you,
list. So
Best director of motion picture, we have Ava DuVernay in Selma, Wes Anderson, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu, Birdman, David Fincher, yes, Gone Girl, and Richard Linklater, Boyhood, which I feel like has to be the front runner,
it's either him or Alejandro Inarritu because
just because of the
The
style.
sheer effort
The
of
style-
making a movie for 1,000 years like Linklater.
Linklater
though.
did. It has to give him a little bit of a.
yeah,
I mean, that movie's getting a lot of love, and it was okay, but not great.
exact same way. It was just okay.
So, but I feel like it was more the principle, the idea behind the film was better than the actual execution of it.
Filming a movie for 13
I mean, that's a
years.
big fucking undertaking for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
What if people died? Like seriously, like what if
Recast
Ethan
it,
Hawke died like
Yeah.
year 10?
Yeah, that would be very bad for them. Meet your new daddy.
She got remarried. All right, best screenplay for motion picture: Wes Anderson, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Gillian Flynn, Gone Girl, Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu, and a bunch of other fucking people for Birdman. Richard Linklater, Boyhood, and Graham Moore, The Imitation Game.
Man, I'm just gonna say we stacked up with good movies this year.
And we really did. I'm gonna say maybe not as good as last year.
I think this is a better year for movies.
Really?
I really do.
I think-
really do.
I think this is just really close, but slightly under last year.
Because last year we had Frozen, and
Which was a great movie.
no, but like last year we had movies like Prisoners and stuff like that. It was really
It was
good.
a really good year.
But like when it came to like the award season, the best movies didn't get nominated, and that's why I was really
Being a very
mad.
Good example. of
Yeah,
that.
and like Rush.
But
was-
Rush was good.
both
Wolf of Wall
both
Street was
wo-
awesome.
both
Didn't
wonderful,
actually
but
win
had
that.
either one of them been in the best picture debate, I still don't think they would have won.
Maybe the reason I think that this year is better is because a lot of these movies are coming from either unknown or obscure directors.
That
and
is
they're-
true.
And they're stacking up against the movies I thought were
And
just
they're
as
not
good last year.
traditional like prestige dramas.
That is
Exactly.
You know,
true.
they have a different. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
We're gonna get to one of those films too. I'm gonna I'm gonna talk to you about one of those.
Sure.
Okay, so we have best original score, if anybody cares about that. Alexandre Desplat, The Imitation Game.
Which he shouldn't have not been. He should have been nominated for another movie instead. He should have been nominated for Godzilla because the score in Godzilla was really freaking good. But
Johan Johansson, The Theory
What a
of
name.
Everything. Don't even call it. Don't even
he
call
actually has really good music, like actual music, not just like sound scores.
it. Yeah.
Check out his
Trent
music.
Reznor
Yeah.
for Gone Girl, and Atticus Ross, which in that 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. This is the first movie they've been nominated for a major award, or the second?
Social Network.
Social Network was the first.
I find him very attractive.
I do not know what he looks like, but he makes good music for films. So
His
from
music videos are
Pennsylvania.
creepy. But-
Antonio Sanchez for Birdman and Hans Zimmer for Interstellar.
God.
Hans Zimmer's a name you've heard a lot.
Also, did
yeah.
a very good job, but as we talked about, it's a bit overpowering at times.
Yeah,
But I
like,
think
are you
that's
talking
more
about the organ music in
That's a little
Interstellar?
more sound editing, though. The problem there.
Yeah,
I don't think that's really necessarily the score.
exactly.
itself.
All right. The best original songs from a motion picture come from the films Big Eyes, Selma, Noah, Annie, and The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
All right, let's move on to something else because
Yeah.
there's
The Hunger Games.
All right. Best TV series drama: Downton Abbey, The Affair, Game of Thrones, House of Cards, and The Good Wife.
I watch so many good shows, and this list is not very representative.
I'm the exact same way. Out of all this list, I think maybe House of Cards is the front runner.
I guess.
I haven't seen a couple of these. I've heard absolutely wonderful things about The Affair, though. The Showtime series.
I've seen a few, and
Does it not do anything for you?
Oh, just me personally. But then again, I could see where it could definitely catch the
I've just
eye.
heard great things about it.
Yeah.
Really quick, back to the original song.
Hey,
Andrew.
Shelby, just let it go.
No, it's
Let it go.
There was nothing good in the
Yeah,
Hunger
that's
Games.
what I
There
was
was no
doing.
good music.
Okay, but it's for her song, the Are You Coming to the Tree?
No,
And now she's on the radio because of that song.
don't give a shit.
Okay. Well, then continue on.
Shots fired.
All right,
Again.
so-
no, I'm joking. I
so-
could definitely see where it could get nominated. It was,
Game of Thrones or House of Cards is probably the two.
It's kind of a weak Game
Heavyweights.
of Thrones season in a way.
well, I think the main.
absolutely
Well,
agree.
two-
It was a lot of
Thanks.
shocking stuff that happened this season, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like outstanding.
House of Cards was a solid second season.
Holy shit! That first
guess-
episode.
First episode and the last episode.
Here's
Yeah.
my one problem with House of Cards that I maintain. I like it. I'll continue to watch it, of course. It's a lot of plot development driving the show. There's not a single character I give half a shit about.
Are you kidding? Not even Kevin Spacey or Robin Wright's character?
If somebody dies, I'm not going to care. That's my point.
I mean, okay, it's enough time has passed. You're saying you weren't really invested in what's her name?
Jesus, don't put me on the spot like that.
Zoe?
Zoe.
No, I was.
You
I
were not
liked
invested in her
and then
character?
She died immediately.
That's what I was.
That was the best part.
And in a very unrealistic way. But I won't get into that.
I don't think it was unrealistic.
Okay, if you are a senator,
Yeah.
you're not doing that shit yourself.
He's insane. Okay. Okay.
You see my point? I mean, you might do it.
I get that a little bit. I was gonna say
Yeah.
the train part's completely believable. Literally, the first month I was in freaking Chicago, someone dived headfirst in front of a train.
Really?
Yeah, I was fucking late to class. I was pissed.
Maybe there was. It's just like in fantasy football. I was so pissed Adrian Peterson beat his kids. He's on my team.
Oh god.
That's hilarious.
Oh my
I'm in
god.
a podcast with terrible people.
I think
You are on
already
it.
knew.
That's why we say you're the heartwarming and lovely
Yeah.
one, because the rest of us are cynical dicks.
All right, so
If we
back
didn't
to
have you
You
on
guys-
here, everyone would just sit around listening to this looking horrified.
Yeah.
See, in everyday life, I'm probably more like you guys. But when it comes to movies, not so much.
You realize that you believe that there's some hope left in the world.
All right, we have a Best Actress in a TV Series Drama. We have Viola Davis, How to Get Away with Murder, Claire Danes in Homeland, Juliana Margulis.
I think she gets
Margulis?
nominated for stuff
The Good
every
Wife?
year for some show that's probably terrible.
Robin Wright in House of Cards, and Ruth Wilson, yes, The Affair.
I haven't seen How to Get Away with Murder, but Viola Davis is a really good
She
actress.
is. Yeah.
My
always
say
liked
Kelsey's
her.
watched that show a lot, and she really likes it. It's just she does a really good job. So
Either Claire Danes or Robin Wright.
Robin White's probably
Yeah. That's
White. No.
where
Wow, can't speak.
I know what you mean.
She's a lot more, I would say, involved in season 2.
Very much so.
Absolutely.
Very much so. She went from a supporting to a lead.
All right, Best Actor in a TV Series Drama. We have Kevin Spacey of House of Cards, Clive Owen in The Nick, James Spader, The Blacklist, Dominic West, The Affair, and Leo Schreiber, Ray Donovan.
This is going to sound crazy, but I think it's between Kevin Spacey and actually James Spader. Because
Maybe.
The Blacklist is
It is very
a
good.
lot better than it should be for...
It has a little bit of the Dexter syndrome of it has one actor that just overpowers everything.
Exactly.
And everyone else kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I
you
can
know.
see that.
But I still love the show.
No, I'm still up to date on it.
Yeah.
Everybody in Dexter was good. What are you talking about?
Angel, that guy can't act. Masuka.
Batista! I loved Batista.
No,
You
I liked his
suck.
character.
You know who was my favorite character?
can't act.
It was
The guy who plays
Dokes.
Batista
Oh, well,
was
Dokes
perfect.
couldn't act either,
Surprise!
but he was perfect
Surprise,
for that.
motherfucker!
He's also
You some kind of fucked up freak.
the guy who plays Angel Batista is also in.
I've seen him in a few things now.
He was in The Expendables.
I just saw him in something where he was hiding somebody. Where he was hiding
Was it
somebody
in
his
real
house.
life? He was hiding donuts from himself.
No,
Oh, snap.
you're a
Because he's
jerk.
overweight.
Brian, you suck. You're lame. You're lame.
All
I
right.
love Angel Batista.
I tried to watch Ray Donovan and I couldn't stand it.
It's a terrible show.
Yeah.
It had so much promise. Like, the first episode of the first season, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is going to
I
be
like
great.
the pilot. The pilot
It's a
was
show
pretty
then
I
after that,
actually
it-
quit on, and that's rare.
Yeah,
I
I-
hardly ever.
I love the premise.
Yeah.
Execution was
I
fucking
kept
off.
watching True Blood, for God's sake.
All right.
I love True Blood.
Our best TV series, musical or comedy, is Orange is the New Black, Girls, Jane the Virgin, Transparent, and Silicon Valley.
I want Silicon Valley to win, but
Orange
it's
is the New
probably
Black.
going to be Orange is the New Black.
yeah.
Orange
I feel like the
Black
problem
all
with
the way.
Silicon Valley is that it brought piss to a shit fight.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite line in that whole show.
My favorite line
He
is...
slaps that
is
kid. Well, that's-
You just brought piss to a shit fight. I think my favorite line is the 10-minute algorithm of how you can jerk
Sure,
off.
off the most people in a short amount of time. Yeah. All right. So then we have our best actress in a TV series, musical or comedy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Veep. I don't like that show, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Eddie Falco and Nurse Jackie. Never gonna be as good as Sopranos. Gina Rodriguez, Jane the Virgin. Never heard of it. Lena Dunham in Girls. Have you seen? Never mind. Go back to that later. And Taylor Schilling, Orange is the New Black.
Taylor Schilling.
Taylor Schilling's actually my least favorite person on that show.
yeah, not my least favorite actor, but my least favorite character.
On the show, for
which
sure.
I think is kind of the point.
I
Yeah.
like her better in the second season. I like her better after she changes after going to prison. The beginning,
She is better than the first season. I'll say that.
when she's fighting with Boo over the blanket.
I really, really
Love
like
it.
how duplicitous they make her, though, and like you're supposed to think she's just a nice, straightforward person at one point in the show, and then that's not that way.
Yeah.
I think my least favorite is actually Laura Prepon.
Preppin. Yeah.
Prepon. How?
Yeah, well, like a character, you're supposed to hate her. So.
I think it's actually more because I've lost interest in the actress. I've
Okay.
seen her in other things, and I just didn't care for any of
She's
the
hot
things.
Donna.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's the only...
You don't
like that
show
70s
she's
show?
ever been
No, of
in.
course I love that 70s show for what it is, but that's the thing is like whenever you see her in anything else, that's exactly what she's Donna from
She's
that
hot
70s
Donna.
show.
Exactly.
That's Eric's fucking woman. That's all you think of. All right, so our best actor in a TV series, musical, or comedy, we have Don Cheadle in House of Lies, William H. Macy in Shameless, which you guys all know I love,
What is this? The Boogie Nights reunion category?
Ricky Gervais in Derek, Jeffrey Tambor in Transparent, and Louis C.K. in Louis. I love Louis.
Yes, Louis
Man,
C.K.
Louis is great.
He's so good in that.
From what-
He's such a capable actor. I would have never guessed that.
From what
I love
Zach
him in Parks and Rec.
From what Zach tells me, Ricky Gervais is incredible in Derek. I've never seen it, but
I haven't either.
I would go with Louis C.K.
Yeah. We need to talk real fast about Transparent, because I believe it is the first internet show outside of the Netflix
Yeah.
umbrella to be nominated for a major award.
I think you're right.
And
it's Amazon, right?
yeah, it's Amazon. Jeffrey Tambor plays a father of a family, and this is just
He's done that
speculation.
before.
Yeah, Arrested Development, where he plays a father of this family, and he comes out that he is a transsexual. So he starts dressing as a woman, and he's possibly getting a sex change. I think that's what the show is about.
I don't know why, but I feel like Amazon being nominated for one is like being the second one nominated is almost bigger news than Netflix. Because Netflix
Yeah.
was like the outlier, like, oh yeah, it could happen, but it's probably not going to be like a theme that's going to continue on.
I really like
Yeah.
this development too because I think it could. I mean, we're seeing this already, but this could just spark more and more outlets releasing media, which means more people's visions getting made. Which means even if they're not going to be in theaters, we're going to be seeing creative people who actually care about what they're doing getting their
Exactly.
work released.
Yeah.
Rather than just let's go see Michael Bay and yeah.
Ninja Turtles 3.
Yeah.
God.
God, Jesus. I like how we all have the same reaction to that. All right.
All right, so our best TV movie or miniseries: Olive Kitteridge,
Yep.
Fargo, The Missing, True Detective, and The Normal Heart.
Well, it's
Fargo.
True Detective.
It's going to be True Detective, though.
I think it
I
should,
really like Fargo.
You want to put money on this?
Of which one it's going to be, Fargo or True Detective?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would.
I'll put $5 down. That
$5.
Fargo will win.
$5 for True Detective.
Okay.
I won't be mad if Fargo wins because I enjoyed it so much. But True Detective, that season was like an all timer for me. It's like one of my favorite TV show seasons.
I think it's bullshit because it's not a miniseries. It's an actual series.
Because
it
it's a
was
continuing
intended
series.
to be, I guess.
well, yeah, but it's
But-
been stated like for
but now
freaking
it's
ever.
It's
that
like American Horror Story. It's an anthology now.
yeah, but American Horror Story isn't even nominated. It was for
It is though in Best Actress.
exactly, but for,
See,
but
They're
not
counting
for.
it as that though.
I don't like it.
Andrew.
All right, so our best actor in a miniseries or TV movie: Martin Freeman in Fargo, Matthew McConaughey in True Detective, Woody Harrelson in True Detective, Billy Bob Thornton in Fargo, and Mark Ruffalo in The Normal Heart.
But so this will be Matthew McConaughey.
I'll put money down that it'll be Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay, I'll take that bet.
You'll take that bet, $5.
Yes,
Bro, we're in the reconnaissance.
We are in the
Get on the train.
Yeah.
Actually, Mark Ruffalo was really good in The Normal Heart too. That was one of the most depressing things I've ever seen in my
I
life.
am going to end up watching that.
They are
And
all,
you need to go back to a Best Actress in a miniseries, by the way.
They're all such great
Right above it.
Okay.
actors.
They are. They're really good.
I
Every
can't
single person on
even-
that list is perfect.
All right. Our best actress in a miniseries or TV movie: Jessica Lange, American Horror Story Freak Show, Maggie Gyllenhaal, The Honorable Woman, Frances McDormand, Olive Kitteridge, Allison Tomlin, Fargo, and Frances O'Connor, The Missing.
Well, I thought Allison Tolman was great.
She was really good.
Yeah,
And I'd never seen her in anything before that I can
that's
remember.
the first role she's had.
Is it really?
Yeah, in like anything of the actual.
I'd say
She did
Jessica
good.
Lange, but she just this particular season of American Horror Story is not. I like the.
I thought
like
you
the
said you didn't
plot.
like her character.
I don't like her. That's why I was saying is this particular season that would maybe any other season then I would say Jessica Lange, but this particular one, she can't even hold her accent. She's supposed to be from Berlin, and you can only tell by like a little tinge at the end, maybe. I was very confused at first. I was like, is she supposed to have an accent? Because every once in a while I hear an accent.
All right. Our best supporting actress in a series, miniseries, or TV movie is Kathy Bates, American Horror Story Freak Show, Uzu Adubu, Aduba? Orange
She's
is the New Black?
actually
Who
a,
does she play?
she plays
Crazy Eyes.
Oh,
She's
okay.
actually a model in real life.
She's gorgeous. She really
She
is.
really is
Nice.
just beautiful.
Joanne Froggatt in Downton Abbey, Michelle Monaghan in True Detective, and Allison Janney in Mom.
I
love
pie
Allison
for you.
Janney.
She's great.
I love Allison Janney,
I
too.
feel like that's just because I have a love of West Wing,
Yeah,
and it's just
Yes.
carried through.
Yeah.
my
exactly.
mom is so in love with Allison Janney and says that she's amazing in Mom, and she loves her.
Haven't seen it.
So
I haven't seen it either.
I'd go with
Mama.
Uzo Aduba.
yeah,
with
that's
this
who
one.
I would.
I would
probably
put
say.
my money on that one as well.
I love Kathy Bates, but also in this particular thing, she can't. Her Scottish accent sucks.
Not the best.
I don't like her with an accent.
All right, our best supporting actor in a series, miniseries, or TV movie with Bill Murray and Olive Kitteridge, John Voight and Ray Donovan.
Fuck. I just realized. How?
I don't know.
How?
I don't know. Matt Bomer in The Normal Heart, Alan Cumming in The Good Wife, and Colin Hanks in Fargo.
Matt Bomer or Colin Hanks? I don't even know what Olive Kitteridge is.
There's a lot of freaking big names attached to it apparently, though, but I have no idea
Yeah.
what it is.
Nothing's ever sounded as British as that, though.
Right.
Olive Kitteridge, yeah. John Voight, what the fuck are you doing on there? Ray Donovan, I don't get it. All right, that's it.
And done.
So now just a couple really quick things. The interview was released on YouTube for a $5 purchase, and it's already made $1 million on Christmas Day. I saw it. It's okay.
Yeah, I've heard that essentially the humor is like really crass and
Oh, it's
vulgar, and
pointlessly
it's
vulgar.
which you should expect nothing more from James Franco and Seth Rogen when they go to the movie.
Exactly.
I mean, the one that you and freaking Zach like so much that I didn't really care for. This is the end.
This is the end. Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
If you like it or not, you have to admit that the humor in it is all based on vulgarity and just like shock value.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a joke about jerking off that lasts literally like 7 minutes.
I thought that part was really funny.
Although the funniest line in the whole movie was the Hermione stole all our shit line.
yeah. Remind me
I
still.
also like Michael Cera trying to grab Rihanna's ass. That was
Yeah.
great.
That was...
That was actually a real slap.
Probably.
She really said, well, that's what they wanted to do. Like, it was like, slap me. So she did.
Nice. Let's see what we got here. Justin Lin has been tabbed to direct Star Trek 3. Oh, here's the big news bit that I want to talk about. The head of Sony Studios wants Idris Elba to play James Bond after Spectre. I am so
in for
freaking on board.
I'm beyond stoked for that possibility.
If there's a petition going around right now to back up the head of Sony's desires for him to play. He's everybody's like, well, he's too old to play James Bond. He's actually younger than Daniel Craig was whenever Daniel Craig did Casino Royale.
I say, how old is it, He's got to be in his late 30s, early 40s.
He's 42, and
Yeah.
right now Daniel
Beautiful
Craig is
man.
47 or 48.
Yeah,
Idris
I,
Elba is a beautiful man. I'm right there with you.
absolutely hope that happens.
I could even just imagine Idris Elba saying, "James Bond, James Bond."
Yeah, no, he has a fucking awesome accent. He's just a badass in general.
You ever watch Luther?
Oh yeah, Luther's great. Have you ever seen The fucking Wire?
The
Yeah.
Wire.
I mean, dude's
That's an
a
intimidating
badass.
fellow.
Exactly.
Oh
Yeah,
my
very,
God.
very much so.
The Wire had some really great characters.
Yeah. All right.
Omar
See if I could
being,
find. We haven't been on in so long that we missed the whole interview getting pulled and then getting
And
back
then
in.
back.
Yeah. I think that's you just want to call that. We had so much news when it came to the Golden Globes. We can just move on to trailer talk.
Let's do it.
All right, so we have a fair amount of movies to talk about when it comes to trailer talk this week. I think we have 9 movies. The first 2 are going to be documentaries. The first documentary is called The Overnighters. It's directed by Jesse Moss. He gave us The Full Battle Rattle and Speedo. The plot of this is doing whatever it takes to save their families from the depths of poverty. Desperate Americans rush to North Dakota in hopes of finding savings of grace working in the oil fields. This actually hits kind of home to me because this is actually where my cousin is right now. He ran to North Dakota to work in these oil fields because he heard how much promise there was, and he's kind of struggling right now. So when I saw this trailer or this documentary. I'm like, man, that's what my cousin's going through right now. So
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like the new age gold rush. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds great in theory, and then you get out there, and it's hard work. It's not what you thought it was going to be. So, I mean, I think this film has a lot of promise, to deliver something that audiences would be interested in.
there was a tag that was on the documentary that kind of, I think, was perfect. It's the modern day Grapes of Wrath, is what it looks like. But I'm definitely interested in seeing this movie. It's going to be at the Moxie in a couple months. I know that for sure. The next documentary is called Stray Dog. It's directed by Deborah Granick, who gave us Winter's Bone. Had a chance to sit with her a long time ago, talk to her. Nicest person I've ever met in my entire life. The plot of Stray Dog is a look at the life of a Vietnam vet biker whose love for the road is only outdone by his love of stray dogs and cats, which I guess he uses to cope with his PTSD. It looks like a very, very Missouri-esque area. Like, I saw that, I'm like, are they driving through my backyard?
Yeah, no, it absolutely looks like that. I mean, it's a very Ozarks-looking kind of beautiful,
very Winter's
but really
Bone.
Desolate, kind of
gloomy.
Yeah.
Which is very, like, if I look out the window right now, that is the day that was in the trailer. Like, they were filming here right now. I definitely want to see this movie. I'm a big fan of Deborah Granick's, obviously, because of Winter's Bone. So, the next movie up is San Andreas. It's directed by Brad Payton. He gave us Journey 2 and Republic of Doyle.
Sure.
Yeah. It's written by Alan Loeb, who gave us So Undercover, Here Comes the Boom, Rock of Ages, and Wall Street Money Never Sleeps. This movie stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Alejandra DeBarrio, Carla Gugino, and Paul Giamatti. The plot of this movie is, if Roland Emmerich decided to make a catastrophe movie about San Andreas Fault, this would be it.
Yep, not gonna see it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
No way.
It did have that really cool version of California Dreamer in the, like, oh, that's kind of gloomy. I wouldn't mind listening to the song, but not the movie. The next movie up is called The Walk. It's written and directed by Robert Zemeckis. He gave us Back to the Future, 1, 2, and 3, Castaway, Forrest Gump, and that Denzel Washington movie Flight. This movie stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Sir Ben Kingsley, Ben Schwartz, and Charlotte Le Bon. She sounds familiar. I don't remember what she was in. This movie is based on the life of Philippe Petit's extraordinary stunt of high wire walking across the Twin Towers in the 1970s. If you've seen the documentary Man on Wire, this is a retelling of that story.
It's a thematic retelling. Yeah. That's sort of why I'm not super pumped about this.
Because you've seen the documentary.
If the documentary didn't exist, I'd be like, oh, that's a cool story. I'm glad someone's telling it.
Yeah.
But then in this case, I'm like, well, someone did tell it.
But what
a couple
about
years
Joseph
ago.
Gordon-Levitt's haircut?
He doesn't look real.
Joseph LeBat.
He has those contacts. He's really pale and pasty, and he has that wig on. He looks kind of fakeish. But I guess he's
I really like him. He's a great actor. I think he'll probably do a great job. It's just I'm not totally invested in the story.
The one thing I do like about Joseph Gordon-Levitt is he doesn't have to say anything. Just like his facial expressions tell so much.
That's true. Yeah.
And like in that trailer when he's like standing at the edge and just looking at it, he's looking around, you can tell he's thinking about it. And I like that part a lot.
I love him.
The next movie we're going to talk about, we're just running straight through these because I don't know how much time. I think we're already past an hour. Shelby, you're closer to the screen. Are we past an hour?
It looks like an hour and 3 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So we're doing all right. Normally, whenever we have 4 people on, it hits like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
So.
it's kind of unavoidable.
All right, so the next movie up is called Little Accidents. It's directed.
That's just what it is for sure.
We're going to shorten that
It's
down.
directed. If you directed and you wrote something, it's written. So it's written by Sarah Colangelo. This is a short. She gave us a short film with the same title. I guess same premise and everything.
Yeah, so it's a lot like Whiplash.
Whiplash, exactly. This movie stars Elizabeth Banks, Boyd Holbrook, and Josh Lucas. It's about after a tragic coal mine accident in a small American town, the son of the site's foreman. I cannot talk today. And I can't write, apparently, either. The son of the site's foreman disappears. and then Elizabeth Banks has an affair with one of the minors. So it looks like a whole bunch of like things are like stacking up in this town, like affairs, death, and missing children.
That looks kind of good.
Yeah,
looks
no,
kind of Southern Gothic almost. You know, the whole everything's kind of.
Actually, I didn't know about Southern Gothic. It looked more like the Pittsburgh area to
Well,
me.
technically that's what it is, but
Yeah.
like genre-wise, I'm saying,
Sure,
like,
okay,
kind of
I gotcha.
yeah.
The next movie up, I think it looks freaking hilarious. It's called What We Do in the Shadows. It's directed and written by Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi. They both gave us The Flight of the Conchords. Jermaine Clement is actually Jermaine, It stars him,
Murray
Taika,
is in there as well.
and Rhys Darby, he's in it, and Jonathan Brew.
Present.
Yeah, present. Murray. And Mary present.
What'd you put down you were going to do with your biscuits? Eat them?
Oh, I miss that show so much.
I do too.
The plot of this is a look into the lives of 3 flatmates who all happen to be vampires.
It's kind of like a definite mockumentary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that
I think
first-
it'll be really funny.
The first scene looks kind of like it's out of what's the fucking scary movies that aren't scary?
The scary
Paranormal
movie.
Activity.
Paranormal Activity. Thank you.
Okay.
Like that's they frame it just like that. It's like this creepy hand reaches out and turns
Yeah.
off an alarm clock, and then it's fucking vampires. Like it's ridiculous.
There's a lot of like movies around in like television that are like how cool it is to be a vampire. This kind of makes like light of those situations and how like in normal day situations like all the abilities
be
they have
inconvenient.
exactly they'd be very inconvenient, and I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I want to see it really bad. Now, movies that are supposed to be funny, but I really don't care about seeing. Let's talk about Get Hard. It's directed by Ethan Coen. He wrote Tropic Thunder, Men in Black 3, and Idiocracy, so he has a good pedigree when it comes to funny movies. It's written by Ian Roberts, who gave us Key and Peele, which is a freaking hilarious show. This movie stars Will Ferrell, Kevin Hart, and Alison Brie from Community, who is really hot.
I kind of have a crush on her too. And
Yeah.
it's
Is
one,
there somebody that doesn't?
That's true.
true. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's like a weird thing though. Like
Yeah.
I shouldn't think she's attractive, or not attractive, but I
'Cause
should
you're
think
married?
she's hot. Well, no, just because I don't know. She's like she plays such an innocent character.
Yeah, she's the good girl.
Exactly. So it's just kind of a weird thing. I don't know.
Yeah. The plot of this is when a millionaire is sentenced to jail, he asks Kevin Hart to get him ready for jail, and the millionaire is played by Will Ferrell. I don't know if I'm just tired of the Will Ferrell
I feel
movies.
like I am.
It's a shtick now. It's the
But-
same thing.
But then again, I'm really a fan of Kevin Hart's movies now. It's a different take on comedy, and for some reason, I'm a really big fan of his. So I'm kind of torn because there's a good director and a good writer that are tagged to this. Kevin Hart and Alison Brie are in it. So
Give it a
maybe
chance.
Will Ferrell can be funny like he was in Step Brothers, because even then I wasn't the same. Did you get a new tattoo on your arm?
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks.
Like you had your arm raised up, and
Sorry.
I just noticed it. Good for you.
At first, they thought that was part of your same thought.
No, I'm sorry.
I
It's,
don't understand where.
I just
it's going
really
with this.
What's going on right now?
Is this a metaphor? Is this
no. I know we're on a podcast, and you can't notice what I just. It's a very visual.
not until we televise it?
Exactly.
Anyways.
The next movie up is called True Story. It's directed and written. It's written by Rupert Gould. He gave us this. This is the first thing that he's done. Stars James Franco, Jonah Hill, and Felicity Jones. This is the plot summary from IMDb. A drama centered around the relationship between journalist Michael Finkel and Christian Longo, an FBI's most wanted list murderer who for years lived outside the U.S. under Finkel's name.
Which
It
I
looks
think was-
mest up, but it looks really good.
I
looks
really,
really
like
interesting
see
to me.
this, Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm very excited to see it.
yeah.
When does that come out?
I think it said coming soon, which so I'm going to assume maybe
2015 sometime.
maybe
I'd say
spring,
we're several
spring
months off.
or
Oh yeah, spring summer.
yeah, spring summer 2015. Because it looks like even for it was categorized as a teaser, but it looked like they had a lot of the editing and stuff
Yeah.
done. So
Yeah,
I'm
that
going
was,
to
it was a well put together teaser if that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
very complete.
because you could tell there was like CGI, like the shot of New York, the shot of like the New York Times building
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So yeah, they got a lot of stuff done. the final trailer that we're going to talk about is definitely the most messed up and twisted and weird trailer we have. It's called Kamiko the Treasure Hunter. It's directed and it's written by David Zellner. He gave us Slacker and Goliath. This movie stars Rinko Kikuchi, sorry. Yeah, Rinko Kikuchi. She was in 47 Ronin, Babel, and Pacific Rim.
She was the female like co-star to Hunnam, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you ever see Babel?
Yeah.
She was the deaf Japanese girl.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was nominated for Best Oscar, Best Supporting Actress.
That's a pretty good like set of films right there. We just listed off. I mean,
Yeah. You can't really tell from the trailer what this movie's about, but I actually knew beforehand because I was reading up on it. Kamiko the Treasure Hunter is based on this urban legend of this delusional Japanese woman who thought the missing money in the Fargo was real, so she went into the cold, desolate Minnesota barren wasteland to try and find this money. And all she had was the movie as her guide to try and find it.
yeah. I mean, you're right. You can't tell from the trailer that this is what this film was about, which makes it even more interesting when
Yeah,
you learn
it
what
does.
it is. But just visually, that film did look really amazing.
Looks very
So-
creatively shot.
Yeah. All right. So, out of that entire list of 9 movies, what is the movie you are the most interested in seeing? Shelby?
I'd say probably True Story, maybe Little Accidents, but I think probably True Story is my most excited for.
I was leaning to the same too, and I think I'd probably have to go with True Story. Jonah Hill looks awesome in this.
Yeah.
Exact same thing. I was thinking the same two. Probably were my top two. Those, and then What We Do in the Shadows because of my Flight of the Conchords allegiance.
I think I'm going to go with, actually, while I want to see both of those movies you both talked about, but I think I'm going to go with What We Do in the Shadows and Kamiko the Treasure Hunter. I think this is the one I'm going to go with.
San Andreas.
It's not on this list, but I think I have to talk about it because I've referenced it so much. The trailer for Entourage finally came out.
Oh, I was going to have that on the list because it's your...
I love
'Cause
that
you're
show.
back.
Have you guys, either one of you seen
I
the
saw
Entourage
the
trailer?
first couple seasons of the show. I didn't. I haven't.
Well,
They-
they're
they
coming out with a
finally-
movie.
I knew that was going to happen.
And they finally released a trailer for it. It looks fucking
It does.
awesome.
I was surprised at how good it looks.
Like it's because it's all about movie stars and everything. Like it's
Yeah.
a kind of a meta type show in general.
And Ronda Rousey's in it, and she is fine.
Who's she?
She's the
woman
MMA
UFC
fighter
fighter.
girl.
She's like the world champion. She's
Zach
fucking
and Amy
badass.
were very, very attracted to her
'Cause
because
she-
she can kick their ass.
Yeah, she could kick my ass. And that is very hot.
But so like I love how like the beginning of the trailer starts out as the trailer for the main character Vince. Like it's his film.
Yeah.
So it's like a trailer of a trailer.
Oh, okay.
And then it cuts to you spent more money than you're supposed to, and then it starts going into their actual real life story. It was really well done trailer, I think.
Nice. Well, I think we are ready then for IMDB Idiots.
My phone's dead. I'm out.
Oh, all right. Well,
All right.
here. I have an iPhone you can use. Give me 2 seconds. We'll just cut out all this dead space. All right. Are we ready to play IMDB Idiots?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know the new format that we've been using?
Let's do it.
All right.
No, I don't, but let's do it.
Well, I mean, like, you get one guess now.
Oh, right on.
Do you remember that? How we
Oh,
used-
yeah. And you can look it up.
then
though.
everybody has to guess. Once one person guesses, then everybody else has to guess.
Oh, okay.
All right, so this first movie is written by J.K. Rowling. That should narrow it down.
So, okay. We're going specific film.
Specific film.
Okay.
It's directed
I should be really good at this.
by Alfonso Cuarón.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yep.
I didn't even have to look it up.
I didn't even
Get off my dick,
I had
y'all.
no
How do
idea
I
he
go
directed
back?
Get off my
that.
dick, y'all.
Never mind, I found it.
How many did you do to win?
You need 3 to
points.
win.
You need 3
Shit,
points.
okay, never mind. I'm going to lose.
Had no idea he directed that.
Yep. All right. This next one is directed by David Silverman.
I hate iPhones.
This is brought to you by iTunes.
It's written
My phone is not doing anything. Oh, there it goes.
by Matt Groening. Groening.
Simpsons
The Simpsons movie.
Very nice.
Jesus.
was like, that's the only thing I know him from is Simpsons.
This next movie is directed by Edgar Wright. It was written by Edgar Wright.
All right.
Well, got it narrowed down a little bit.
It stars
Edgar Wright or Oscar Wright?
Kieran Culkin.
Is it?
Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I was going to
Nice.
say. I was just on it. Damn it, Brian.
Yeah. 2-1 lead.
You need one more, Brian.
I was hoping you'd say it was directed and written by Edgar Wright and started Simon Pegg, and then you narrowed it down to 2.
Two, yeah. Yes, my IMDb is actually not working. I've been using Google, so.
Okay. This next movie was written by Stephen Knight. Knight.
Is it a V?
It's a V.
Steven?
Yeah.
Hold on, don't say anything else.
Eastern Promises.
Nope.
I was going
Everybody
for
else
the
has
win.
to guess.
I was going for the outright win.
I hate you, Brian. You said it was written by him?
Stephen Knight. Knight.
I'm going to
Born in
go
Marlborough, England.
Locke.
Yep.
Hey, Locke was really good.
Yeah, buddy.
So it's 2-2-0.
Good job, Shelby.
Get in the game, Shelby. Come on.
I'm using an iPhone, okay? You guys are you're used to it.
Yeah. I have the Samsung Galaxy S5.
I have a Note 3.
Yeah, so yeah, we're used to the
I don't
huge-
use
I can't use a
iPods.
tiny phone anymore.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy trying to type. When I was writing an Edgar, I was like,
You know what? Steve Jobs can fuck himself.
Oh, you're going to hell.
If I do, I'll run into Steve Jobs.
Oh. I'll see what you did there.
No, he's probably real nice. I don't know. But he's not now. He's dead.
Yeah. This next movie up, which could possibly be the next one, if either of you get it, Shelby, you need this. Written by Rian Johnson, Rian.
Or
Looper?
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it?
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
Did I say Looper?
Nope, that's not it.
Well, I'm out. You guys.
All right, what else you got for me?
No, you guys have to.
Oh, now we have to guess.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
As soon as one person.
Brick.
Yep, Brian wins.
Which is awesome.
It's a really good movie. All right,
Makes
that's
me laugh.
good.
He says it's curtains.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, it's curtains for the podcast.
It is curtains for the podcast. That is going to wrap it up. Thank you to everybody for listening. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can find us at C_it_podcast. You can also find us on YouTube at /SeeItPodcast. Brian, plug away at your baseball podcast real quick.
Yes, we're the backup catcher. You can find us on the internet at stangraphs.com. Also available on iTunes or download directly from the site or Facebook or whatever.
Yep. Thank you to Podomatic. They're the ones that give out this content directly to iTunes. I think they give your
do.
backup catcher.
Yeah, they
Yep.
host it.
If you want to host your own podcast, I'd definitely go through Podomatic.com. They make it ridiculously easy, and it can be delivered to iTunes, whatever, like Google, Microsoft, whatever you need. We will catch you next time on episode 36 of the See It podcast, and fairly soon, just an FYI, we're going to do a look back at 2014, list off our top 10 movies of the year.
And I'm going to try to see something bad before then.
All right.
Guys, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Austin, for
Thank
coming
you.
back. You will be back in Chicago by the time the next podcast comes
yes.
out. Well, we're so glad that we were able to get you on here for
I'm
this
glad
one.
I could make it.
It was very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Shelby.
Excellent. Until next time, peace out.
See ya.
Bye.